a time of incredible celebration. This is Brenda Kilhoffer. She has a book that she put out called Hope Rising. So let's have a conversation. I'm Becky Norwood with Spotlight Publishing, and Brenda's done a lot of cool stuff with this book, and now she has it as an audiobook, a paperback book, a hardcover book, and her Kindle version. And let's talk about this process and what this book is all about, and what made you write a book like this.
Well, hopefully you can hear me, Becky, and see me. Okay,
Can you hear me?
I have a frozen me screen. There's like this weird picture of me next to me. So I wasn't sure that it was working.
It is. Well, at least on my end it is.
Great. All right. Give me the question again, because I was absolutely panicked by that.
That's funny. So tell us about what the book, I'm just laughing. Tell us what the book is about.
So the book is actually a science fiction drama in a dystopian setting that teaches some leadership principles that I don't feel are taught on a broad scale. And the main character of the book and her husband are absolutely living a lifestyle that is in contrast with the tyrannical government that is currently presiding. And war ensues, and they go underground, and there's a lot of drama and lessons learned as they are underground in this bunker. They leave behind their children initially, and two of their children are actually not allowed by the law. Well, one of the two, they had a set of twins, and they were not allowed to have those any more than two children in that time and space, and they had to be one of each sex. So it's got lots of twists and turns and drama throughout, and it truly is meant to teach some of the leadership principles that I believe are what's missing today from the vast majority of our society.
It's pretty amazing. I think you did a remarkable job of kind of weaving this story together, and it was the intrigue and what are you going to do next. But as far as especially for women in our society, it's a time of really this woman that is the star of your story really had to dig deep. This mama had to dig deep here to really figure her way in this world. So you created this book as an audiobook. You did the actual reading for the audiobook too, didn't you?
I did.
Wow, what was that like for you?
It was a lot of fun. What's interesting is I had set up to do it over Christmas break, and I got, I went and I did the first day of it, and I got sick. And so then obviously you can't read and sound great with a stuffy nose, and you can actually tell that in part of it. But I got to, it was very challenging. It is a lot of work, hats off to those people that literally just read books out loud for a living. It is very different recording and sitting down and reading a book.
It is truly different. And I have, since you introduced me to this company, and I would say probably 10 of my authors have now gone through them, but they've all chosen to have the voice actors read.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And the reason they do is because I'm always saying, how good of a reader are you? Are you prepared for the work that goes into doing this, the voiceovers? Because you have to, there can't be any uhs and stammers and everything. Right. They have to be very, very good with voice control and keeping it really interesting, but not stumbling over words either.
And on top of that, one of the things that I didn't realize is there's really strict guidelines as well. Mm-hmm. So it's not like you can skip a word or you can say the wrong word. So there was a lot of give and take. There's somebody on the other side of the booth reading it word for word as I read it. And every time I would say something out of order, or maybe say something that wasn't written, it was, nope, stop, redo it. Nope, stop, redo it. No, so there was a lot of getting to stop and start again, which can be a huge challenge. Bless you, whoever that was.
My husband's sneezing. He's sneezing live on Facebook.
Yay! That should get a lot of likes. But there's so there's a lot of start and stop. So you think in terms of, like, if I'm reading to my child, I can really get into the sound and the inflection and everything, and then especially as you're going on, and then when you're starting and stopping, it's like, all right, now how do I match that inflection that I just had to what I just did? So there's a lot of that going on too. That was a big challenge for me, and something that I had never done before.
Well, you were very brave to do that, because there's so much that goes into it, and it takes a lot of time. It's just not like you can stand there and read through the whole book, and even for the person that is following along, there's a lot of work to go into that whole process.
Right. And those who follow me on TikTok, they're probably like, I don't want her audiobook, because as I'm doing it on TikTok, I have all of those mistakes because, hey, it's not, the final recorded version. But even now, as I'm reading through this book again, I'm reading a few minutes a day on TikTok to introduce people to our characters, to Natazhia, to Riker, to Serenity, and the boys. And it's so much fun. And as I read through it, I'm more even in awe of the project. And for me, it was really, you mentioned the company, and I just want to, I want to mention that, because I do want those people that are listening today and seeing us do this live stream today. If you go and buy an Audible and just shoot me the email or shoot me whatever, all of the proceeds of any of those that are sold today, I want to give to this organization. So this organization that helped me record it is a nonprofit organization called Recreational Readers for the Blind. And they do incredible work. And it really, truly is a labor of love. So on all sales of my Audible, I will be giving 5% every single time an Audible sells to Recreational Readers for the Blind. But for today, I will do 100% of the proceeds for anybody who goes out and picks up that Audible today.
That's beautiful. They've I think they just signed probably my 12th author
Wonderful.
And she's got a really cute children's book that'll be published in a couple of months. So she's just over the moon excited, because we're not even going to publish until the audio part is done and ready to go, and already showing, because it is a children's book, and it is, I think that's the best way for kids to consume, especially even if they're just learning to read. They need to be able to listen and see the pictures, So.
Well, one of the things that was super important to me with the Audible is I have a grandmother who just turned 93, and she can no longer read. She requires the Audible. She can't see. She's got cataracts and all of that. And I told her I was going to create this one on Audible, and she was so excited that I was going to do that. And so it really became, for me, and that was why it was important to do in my voice, it became a gift from me to her, so that she could experience that and have that book that I did and hear it in my voice. And I'll tell you, I actually sent the little thumb drive with my father to Maryland when she was in the hospital for what was supposed to be a overnight stay that ended up being over 30 days. And quite honestly, there were times I wasn't sure she was going to make it. So I am still waiting for her to recover to be able to dive in and listen to it. And I am so grateful that I was able to create that for her.
That is so beautiful. Very, very cool. So what is it that you do in the world, Brenda?
So what is it I don't do? You know what, I would say I'm truly an entrepreneur at heart. I'm so passionate about leadership. So in everything that I do, I have a network marketing business, and the primary function I do in that is the coaching and mentoring of my team. And I have since, with this book and with some of the things that I'm doing, I'm taking that kind of up another level and adding different streams of coaching. Horses have become a passion of mine, so I am getting ready to do some certification in equine therapy type coaching, equus coaching, so that people can grow and develop alongside of
That's
exercises
beautiful.
with equine and horses. I am actually taking Hope Rising and developing a 3-day little mini series that is a coaching session. And the goal for that would be to help other coaches create book clubs and book studies to bring clientele into them using their own unique style to teach the concepts that are taught in the book.
Beautiful. You're one busy lady, and you're still homeschooling, aren't you?
No, I
No.
am not. As it ended, that ended with the school year this year, and my son will be going to a charter school next year. So I will not be homeschooling, and I will be very, very involved in his schooling. More details to come on that.
So all these
Um,
beautiful changes are taking place, and I know
yeah.
how busy you've been just trying to keep up with the homeschooling and all of that, all of the things that go with that.
It's been a beautiful busy though.
Yeah.
When you and I first sat down and talked, I felt as though I had really had, it was coming out of COVID, October 2020. And I really felt like I'd had this revelation from God that, yes, you're going to create some incredible things in the businesses that you have. And it's not going to be because you're grinding. It's going to be because you're living in your purpose, that you're writing, you're speaking, and you're doing those things that I've put on your heart. And so I put a ton of the money making activities that I was doing to the side and said, okay, I'm just going to step into trust. And then I got to step into trust again, because as you know, when we first wrote the contract, we didn't write the contract for Hope Rising. We wrote the contract to rewrite one that I had already published and put that out, Spirit Slowly Fading. And again, I had this, out on a walk with Rhea, my horse, and I had this, revelation hit me that no, it's Hope Rising right now. It's time for Hope Rising. So I went and dug out that manuscript that I had started literally 8 years prior.
Wow.
Which, when I started reading it, there was actually a part of it where Natazhia and Riker were interacting that I started crying. One, I couldn't believe that I had written it. I was like, this is incredible. But I couldn't believe how relevant something that I had written 8 years ago was to the time that we're living in right now. And as the book unfolded, I realized why that inspiration had come down, that Hope Rising was needed now. It couldn't wait any longer. And so, yes, there's been busy, but it's been so much fun because I really felt and knew that I was living in purpose. There was passion around it. There was an ease about it. And my next project that I've begun working on already is to turn Hope Rising into a movie.
That's fantastic.
and I'm already, and so I'm working on the sequel at the same time. And I've sent out, so far 25 different copies to folks. In fact, yesterday I received a letter from the former President Trump, thanking me for the copy that he sent. I mean, why wouldn't you send leadership to people in leadership? And so, yes, I sent that book out to a lot of different, local senators and governor, lots of people in leadership, because it's a leadership book. I mean, yes, it's a wonderful story, but it's a leadership book. And got a beautiful thank you note from him. Joyce Myers sent a nice thank you note. And I'm going to continue to send those out. And I've actually begun working on some Kickstarters and Seed and Spark to start, raising the funds to actually create a film. And
I have a couple of people I can introduce you to that would help you get it rolling. Yeah.
That would be wonderful. Yeah, I have no idea what it looks like, and I just know that it's what's meant to be. So
that's beautiful. Wow, that's huge. And to send it out like that and to get replies is quite an accomplishment. Yes. I think you should also maybe take a look at like readers' favorite. I'll send you a list of different places where you can enter the contest to get the awards. David Medansky has, I think he's on his 12th award by doing those kind of things. And those are the things that these, for getting him into TV production or a movie or something like that, you're going to need those award reviews. So
yes, and I've had some wonderful advice from some incredible people I've met some other people in the industry that have been really good about giving heartfelt advice. I was about to kick the Kickstarter off a month ago, and one of them said, "Stop, put the brakes on, your Kickstarter is not ready." And I did, because this is, for me, this project is too important to not do it right.
Right. Yep. It's very true. Really proud of you, what you're doing. It's so exciting to see that you're, all the different things you're doing, and that you are stepping into your life purpose and doing the things that really make the difference for you. And what better way to be? What better way to be? So we put in the chat for those that will come across this. Look like we probably picked a very busy time of day for most people to have a live interview. There's been a few people popping in and out, but in the chat we put the link to the book, and actually it'll take you to Amazon, and you'll be able to choose whether you want it to be audio book or hardcover book, Kindle version, or whichever, the paperback. Take the time to just really enjoy and pick up a copy of this and share it with somebody that you think that might be interested. That's the whole success of this. Thank you, Brenda. This has been beautiful.
Thank you.
And do you have any other comments that you want to make before we finish our live stream?
I really don't. If there's folks that kind of want to see a preview of it, I am on TikTok, and I've gotten through chapter 1. If you can get through, listen 3 minutes at a time. Jeremiah and I do story time, and we read a little bit of that. I've been really excited with the outcome of the Audible, and one of the things for folks to look out for is that engage on. We do have a Hope Rising Facebook group. So if people want to follow on and see what's going on with the Kickstarters, with the movies.
Let me put the link in for that. Is that Facebook? Let's see.
It's on Facebook, yes. I'm not quite sure. Let me try. I think it's just Facebook / Hope Rising. I'm not. I do believe you're in that group. And I'll keep updating, and we're going to start to do some really fun stuff as I dive into the next book. I want to see, who does the audience want? What characters do they want to see get more developed? Do they want to know more about Riker, or are they maybe a little bit curious about the guy from the he shows up in one little spot, but his presence, his beingness is felt throughout the book, and that's the clothier. You want to see more on him. What characters are people truly intrigued about, and who do they want?
So
to look.
what we'll do in the, and I can even do it with this book, is we can re-upload and add that little segment in
Mhm.
on the at least the print versions.
Yeah.
Um, who would they, which character, and have it. I'll have you create an opt-in so they can.
Yeah.
You're catching their name and email, and you can engage them into, okay, who's the next character, and we'll keep that going through all the series of books.
Right. Because I think Lauren Gray would be a really interesting character, and um, we get to see some more challenges. As you said, this is definitely women, I think, will relate. And you brought up the whole living in purpose, and that really is kind of the lesson and the theme is Natazhia beginning to discover her purpose and where she's in alignment, where she's not in alignment with who she is, and how to simply be.
Yes.
And so if you're one of those people who are like I used to be in, like, personal development, I don't want to, if I want to read, I want to enjoy what I want a story, I want something that captivates me and takes me in, then this, I think, really is a great start on your personal development journey, because it is so much of a story and not a textbook lesson book.
Right. It has a storyline that really can draw you in and captivate you, but it teaches a lot.
Yeah.
Very, very cool.
Becky,
So proud
thank
of
you so much.
Hey. So this is going out to my mailing list, and we'll be doing a lot of little things. I'll be sending you some stuff that will help you with the promotion part too.
Wonderful. Thank you so much,
Awesome.
Becky.
Alrighty.
And for those of you out there that have thought about writing or doing any of those kinds of things, I have to tell you, Becky has, been a godsend, has held my hand through it. She has put up with rushes. She's put up with
delays.
She's really introduced me to some of the best people when it came to editing and things like that. So this is my second book, and so much in contrast to what I went through with the first book. And quite honestly, when, like we said at the beginning of the call, when I came to this, it was about redoing that, because I've never really been truly happy with it.
Yes.
And we'll get there. And I
all
think
in due time.
I think right now it's Hope Rising's time. So thank you, Becky, and make sure those of you that have that dream on your heart, don't wait. It's on your heart for a reason.
Yeah, thank you. How beautiful. Well, you have a fantastic evening, and just enjoy this process and just revel in the accomplishment of what you've been able to do. You should be very proud of yourself.
Thank you, Becky.
All right. Thank you.
Bye-bye.